Let's start with resistance bands. I think these are probably the most important piece of exercise equipment for functional weight training. The one issue with using solely body weight and free weight is that pulling exercises are really difficult to do. There aren't a lot of options, and so either a cable machine or exercise or resistance bands are the best option. And I will say that if I had one piece of exercise equipment, it would be a cable machine. But resistance bands make a reasonable substitute. So I have a bunch of bands of different strengths, and these bands are actually kind of weak, and so I tend to use a lot of them to get the resistance that I need. Has a handle on the end. It's like $15 or so. I also have a set of this style of resistance bands. These are designed to go for you to put your legs through so that you can do, and then you stretch it outwards. This is an important piece of my exercise equipment. Well, you'll see some of the things that I do with it. You don't need a stool. A chair works just as fine, just as well. And here I have a yoga mat. I do have a couple of specialized pieces of equipment that I don't necessarily recommend that you buy, but I do find them useful. That one is called a Bosu ball. It was bought for therapy, not for exercise, but I do some balance activities on it. I find it useful, but I would not buy it if it were just for exercise. This is what's called a suspension trainer. It's primarily useful for upper body. Upper body is not really, helpful in the back issues that we're trying to address. But as far as getting, overall toning, the suspension trainers are fantastic. There are a ton of upper body exercises that you can do with them. I paid like $75 for these, and it came with a strap that you can put over the top of your door, and so that you don't have to screw it into the wall like I have. And last but not least, I do have a modest set of dumbbells. Dumbbells can get fairly expensive. The 5-10 pound ones are not so bad. A pair of 30s costs upwards of $100. So a set like you see here, which by the way is incomplete, I don't have a pair of 25s. It does run into a significant amount of money. You can, the exercises that I'm going to show you are primarily body weight exercises. And so you already have a fair amount of weight that you're lifting. You can benefit by adding some, like some 10 pounds or 15 pounders if you want some arm exercises. A reasonable substitute for in some exercises would be a couple of gallon jugs of water. That's 8 pounds each, so you're fairly limited. But there's quite a bit of shoulder type exercises that you can do with just a gallon of water. Okay, with that, I think we'll move on to the exercises themselves.